Hey everyone, I'm Taro Maeno and welcome back to episode 2 of Dumpling or Die. I always feel like I'm testing the bounds of our friendship when I do this. You can see how it's not, I don't know how you would describe that. Or that whiskey. Today we're going to learn how to make some delicious, tasty veggie dumplings. Now, meat eaters, don't be afraid. These dumplings are pretty tasty and they're really good for you. So let's start off by going over what you'll need. 3 cups of cabbage, 1 cup of carrots sliced thin or matchstick, 1 yellow diced onion, half a package of soft tofu, 1 cup of white mushrooms, some grated garlic, grated ginger, salt, pepper, and some sugar, some cornstarch for a slurry, and some veggie stock. Sesame oil, that good shoyu, which is soy sauce, some Sambal oleck, or some Sriracha, rice vinegar, and some store-bought Gyoza wrappers. There are many ways to do veggie dumplings. First off, we're going to start off by sautéing some onions and some mushrooms. So we're going to turn on our heat, get that nice and hot. Go ahead and add just a splash of sesame oil. We're going to let that heat up for just a second. So the great thing about veggie dumplings is you can literally add whatever you want to them. The key to making this veggie filling is to make sure that there's not too much moisture. So you might have to cook off a little bit extra moisture if it gets a little too soupy, or dump it off. I mean, we won't tell anybody, it's fine. Well, that heats up, we're going to add our onion. Stir it around, make sure you're getting a nice coating of sesame oil all over those onions. We're also going to go ahead and add our mushrooms. I know it's a little early, but we want them to get really soft and kind of caramelize. We're going to break them down here in a little bit to a more reasonable size. Now, while that is cooking, we're going to take our tofu. So we want to towel off that excess moisture from our tofu because we want to make sure that our mix doesn't have a lot of that excess moisture. So I'm going to set this to the side. And next, I'm going to add our ginger, our garlic, our sugar, our white pepper, and our salt. All right, we've just added our seasonings. Now, here's a little trick that I like to use. We're going to go ahead, before we add the cabbage, we're gonna add a little bit of vegetable soup base. Now, not a whole lot because we don't want it to get too salty, but just enough to add some extra flavor and complexities there. So I'm using half a teaspoon, a heaping mound, and we're just gonna go ahead and drip that in. You don't have to dilute it in water because we don't want that mix to be really soupy. So next, we're going to take our cabbage and our carrots, and we're going to go ahead and add them in. We're going to take our soy sauce and we're going to add that in. So the cabbage has started to cook down, all the flavors are coming together. Let's go ahead and mash some tofu. So we're going to take our half a package of tofu. This is soft tofu, so it's got some jiggle. Got a nice little jiggle, and we're just going to put it in the middle. And using this tool is meant to take ground meat and make it more ground, I guess. So we're going to take it and start to break down our tofu. So that tofu is going to break down, it's going to act as a binder. We're going to use this grinding tool to kind of break up some more of those mushrooms, some of the bigger pieces of cabbage, those carrots. Ooh, this is starting to look good. I don't know about you guys, but I sure like a little bit of spice, especially with these veggies. So we can use this Sambal oleck. I'm probably pronouncing that terrible because it's not Japanese, but this is a chili paste, or you can go the tried and true Sriracha. This is kind of where you can make it your own, so you can either have it really spicy or you can add just a little bit for some heat. I'm going to use the Sriracha. Just a nice little squirt in there. Squirt's such a terrible word. And then we're going to mix it all together. Now I'm going to add just a splash more soy sauce to kind of finish it off. Perfect. Now we're going to continue to let that cook down. Patience is key. We're going to let everything simmer down and we're going to make sure we don't have any excess liquid. This is looking pretty good. So we're going to pull it from the heat, we're going to let it hit room temperature, and we're going to prepare the area for rolling some dumps. So now that our veggie mixture has reached room temperature, we're going to roll these bad boys. But we showed you how to do this efficiently in episode 1. So if you missed that, we have just released a mini dump episode showing you how to efficiently roll those dumplings. It's about a minute long and we'll show you all the tricks and tips that you need to roll dumplings. So we're just going to go ahead and skip this next part. So now we have all these delicious dumplings rolled and ready to go. We're going to add a little bit of sesame oil to our pan, a tablespoon or 2 on medium heat, and then we're going to just add these little guys in there. I like to go in a circular pattern when I add the dumplings to the pan. It finishes really cool. But regardless of that, be sure to get some oil on each and every one of those dumplings. This is the key step to get that crunchy bite. Ooh, you can hear that siren's call, that sweet, sweet sizzle. So after about 30 seconds, these guys are going to crisp up and get a nice golden brown crunch. So with that crispiness almost done, we need to steam the filling. So let's go ahead and add our cornstarch slurry. We're gonna cover and we're gonna let simmer for about 5 to 6 minutes until all the water evaporates. So after about 5 to 6 minutes, these bad boys have crisped up deliciously. Oh my goodness. So you can always tell by checking the pan to see if there's any excess moisture and just peel up a little bit. Ooh, looking good. All right. So we're gonna just shake it a little bit to break up that seal. I'm gonna throw on a plate. Oh, the moment of truth, guys. Oh wow, these bad boys look so tasty. Now there's a couple of different ways you can eat these guys. So we're gonna show you right now. Man, these dumplings look so good. There's so many different ways to eat them too. So I'm just gonna dig right in. So tasty. Almost got some heat to it. So thank you so much for tuning in. This has been episode 2 of Dumpling or Die, tasty veggie dumps. Feel free to try this recipe, make it your own, add anything you want into it. Be sure to like, subscribe, and follow, and you know, dumpling or die. Come and get it. These are delicious. Can we eat this bad boy? Want to eat this bad boy? Or this bad boy? Bye.